I've had a weird question rattling around my head for decades. When you're thirsty, why does that signal make you want to get up and find water? Why not stand up and throw a rock? Does the thirst signal actually contain the instruction drink water? Or is something else going on? This persistent question popped up again while I was in the grocery store, except this time I had spent most of the day exploring LLM training and inference, and a curious connection formed in my head. So when I got back to my desk, I explored the connection with Claude, Anthropic's AI, and something clicked. I'm telling you about what happened because I think it's a new way of understanding how our bodies generate motivated behavior. And it came out of a genuine back and forth with an LLM that got something wrong, which I then corrected and expanded on. Here's what happened. I asked Claude about the connection between thirst signals and action. Claude gave me the textbook answer. Interoceptive signals detect a deficit. The brain processes them, motivation arises, behavior follows. Standard stuff, but I was skeptical. The standard story seems to conflate the signal with the action. It treats thirst as if it contains the solution, but does it? Then I made a connection. What if thirst works like a system prompt in an LLM? When you give ChatGPT a system prompt, you're not telling it what to say. You're shaping what it's likely to say. You're narrowing the distribution of possible outputs without specifying any particular output. What if interoceptive signals do the same thing? Thirst doesn't encode. Drink water. It shifts the probability landscape over your possible next behaviors, making water seeking more likely. The signal is context, not instruction. Once I framed it that way, the rest of the mapping fell into place. When your body is in balance with metabolic needs met, nothing urgent, you can do lots of things. Rest, groom, explore, play. Your behavioral options are wide open. In LLM terms, that's like running inference at high temperature, broad sampling, lots of possibilities. And to be clear, I mean sampling temperature in the LLM sense, not body temperature. When something's wrong, you're dehydrated or hypoglycemic, that distribution narrows. Your behavior collapses toward resolving the deficit. That's low temperature, constrained, focused, urgent. And here's the key separation. Reward, the relief you feel when you drink, isn't part of the thirst signal. It's a different mechanism. Reward is how your brain learns which actions work in which contexts. It's the training signal, not the inference signal. So we have three distinct components: context injection, inference, and training. The standard motivation literature tends to blur these together. Separating them clarifies what each mechanism actually does. I've written this up as a formal paper, and I'm working on getting it into the scientific literature. It generates testable predictions. For instance, the neural signature of being thirsty shouldn't look like a specific action. It should look like constraint. It should resemble what you see when someone is put under a strong contextual demand, narrowed choice entropy, fewer competing action plans, less exploratory behavior. Whether this holds up empirically, I don't know yet. But as a framework, it resolves confusions that have bothered me for a long time. I'll say this. Working with LLMs as a thinking partner has transformed how I explore ideas. Not just scientific questions like this one, but commercial projects too. It's not that the AI has the answers, it's that the back and forth, the friction of correcting its assumptions forces clarity. Claude got the initial framing wrong. That's what made me articulate what I actually thought. If you're curious, I've published the full article on synthetic.com. Link in the description. Thanks for watching.